Welcome back, Deadites and Ghost Beaters. If you're new to the channel, I am Oldhead Gaming, and I apologize. I've been a little bit under the weather. Whole family's gotten sick for Christmas and New Year's, and now I have it. So we won't be streaming till probably tomorrow again, but I did have this video I've been working on for a few days. I wanted to finally record it and get it out to you guys. Is what I hear is going to be a pretty huge first part of Season Pass 2. Now, I know people have already said, why are we going to be going to Season Pass 2? They've said they're going to do it. They said this is the system they want to stick with, at least for the foreseeable future. And we know Season Pass 2 is coming. We know it's probably going to start probably the last week of January to about the first or second week of February. Somewhere in that 3-week window, we should see the Ash vs. Evil Dead update. Now, what can we expect in this? Well, from what I expect to see, a pretty big one. And here's the reason why. When it came to Season Pass 1, there was an overwhelming feeling of it was a bit of a letdown. Not to say that what we received was bad. We did receive 3 survivors and 15 skins, which isn't terrible for 30 or 20 bucks, depending on what you paid for it. Or if you bought them all a la carte, I think it was like $33. So all in all, 3 characters and 15 skins for that amount of money wasn't bad. But I feel like a lot of people felt let down on what quality we got. A lot of people were like, Blacksmith, the Allens, meh. All the skins for certain characters, meh. We had 5 characters at the end of the Season 1 who didn't even have a skin. Pablo being amongst them. Obviously, he is going to be rectified in the Ash vs. the Evil Dead one, as here is the picture of the Pablo skin if you haven't seen it already. But we had 5 characters without skins. We had characters added that maybe people weren't so gung-ho about, and Ash vs. Evil Dead is kind of like that flagship part of the franchise that a lot of people who didn't even see the movies know the series and the 3 seasons that had happened. And I think now we kind of go into what can we realistically expect to kick off Season Pass 2. And here's the reason I think it's going to be monstrous. It's because of the fact it was underwhelming in Season Pass 1. They need a reason to sell units. They need a good chunk of upfront money. They want this to really lead into the start of 2023. So let's start with what you would expect character-wise. And I think from what realistically makes sense, we should probably see 2 characters on the Survivor side and probably a demon. I think it'll be very similar to what we saw in the 2013 update, where we got 2 characters as paid-for survivors. I think Chet is pretty much a slam dunk. I don't see any way Chet isn't amongst them. And as much as I want it to be Ruby, I feel like they're going to push her back later in the Season Pass. And I think we're probably going to get either one of the 2 remaining Williams, whether it be Brock or whether it be Brandy. I can't say either way, but that's my feeling. Chet as a support, Brandy as a hunter, or Brock as a warrior. And I think those are probably what we're going to see. I think we'll see a freeze demon like we did with the 2013 update, where it will probably either be Abomination, since she didn't show up in 2013, or it could be Ball. I think Ball's a high probability as well. I still would love to see Little Lori as the killer, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I think that's what we're going to look at as character-wise. I think Ruby gets pushed back to the end of Season Pass 1. Especially if they can't get Lucy Lawless to record the lines because of any kind of scheduling conflict. That would definitely be a reason to push her back, because I feel like they've done extra care with Ash vs. Evil Dead, making sure that those characters were played by their original actors, like where they got, of course, Bruce playing all the Ashes and Dana De Lorenzo playing Kelly. They got Ray Santiago to resume playing Pablo. Like, it was important for those kind of panache of the game. And I feel like when they bring Ruby to the game in Season 2, I think Lucy Lawless has to be the voice, whether she's a survivor, whether she's a demon, whether she's both. They need her doing those lines. She's not a character that can just be replaced by another voice actor. And that's what I think we're probably going to get in the character. I also think there's going to be a second free component. I think we're probably going to see an Elk Grove map. Now, what part of Elk Grove are they going to do? I have absolutely no idea, because it is wide, it is vast, and there's a lot of stuff they could really do, from whether it's just Center City, Elk Grove, to all the way out to the Insane Asylum, all the way out to the stadium where they held the Demolition Derby. So all those parts of Elk Grove really were a big component of Season 2, and I could see any of them. Now, I don't think we'll ever see a Jacksonville map like the one episode we were there. As much as it was talked about, I just don't see it happening. So far, here's what I think. I think we're going to get 2 survivors, Chet, and then fill in the Williams. I really just don't expect Ruby to be part of this update. 2, I think we're going to have a free map, because everyone's getting maps. As they've said before, No one is going to be left behind and split off from the community, and this is a really good thing. It's important to make sure that everyone can play on every map, so I'm all for giving free. And with that, I think we're also going to receive a free demon in the form of Ball or Abomination. Now, skins, I think the skins is going to be massive. I think it's going to be a very, very large skin pack, much like it was when they kicked off Season Pass 1. And I think we're going to see anywhere from 7 to 10 skins. And that's why they've had extra time to work on it. It'll probably be about 3.5 months before it hits. And I think we start off, of course, with the obvious one, which is Pablo. We know Pablo has got the Necronomicon face skin, and that's happening. And then we go to Hefe. And I think the two most likely is either Future Bomber Jacket Hefe or like Hawaiian shirt Jacksonville Hefe, and both those skins have actually been in Dead by Daylight. They shouldn't really be hard to get into the game. I do think there is a chance that they could see them doing some sort of like Insane Asylum skins, and that could happen as well. In that case, you would see like characters like Kelly getting the nurse outfit, Ball getting the psychiatrist outfit, Ash getting the camo. Like, there's some stuff they could do there, but I think we're going to see is one of those two skins. I think if Ball is the demon, I do think we see the psychiatrist skin. I think we could see a skin for Elagos, which would be completely original, so I have nothing to show you. I think we're going to see old Cheryl's skin from when she was brought back to life. I think Chet will have an additional skin. I still think Chet's going to get the ugly Christmas sweater skin. Like, he was in it in half the episodes. It makes complete sense. You know, I think Amanda's probably going to get the police officer outfit we saw way back in the files in the beginning. That makes a lot of sense since they went with her casual gear that you saw in the second half of Season 1. Now, for Kelly, she already has her iconic purple jacket in the game, so that's her one and only skin.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Now, the question is, what are you going to do? You could go one of two ways, really, in my opinion. The first is kind of a unified value stop team outfit. So you have one for Ash, one for Kelly, and one for Pablo, obviously. But that really doesn't give anything just individual to Kelly as her own character. So I'm going to go with the F the Clock shirt. Not with the jacket. Of course, you take the purple jacket, just have her in like the tank top, have it covered in blood, have the necklace, basically how it looked at the Brujos hut. And of course, that brings up one last character, and that is whether they do Brandy or Brock. And of course, no matter which one they go with, there is other options for them. So for Brock, I think we will obviously see his denim look as his natural look. And then I think we could probably see like more of like a Force look for him, which would be kind of really cool because they could do Force skins for all three of them. Like, if you're not know what I'm talking about, at the end of Season 2, you literally see Chet, Cheryl, and you see Brock all waving goodbye in their ghost form. And you could see that as the skin for Chet. You could see that as the skin for Cheryl. You could see that as the skin for Brock. They could go that complete set way, which would be really, really cool. Now, of course, if it's Brandy, there's a multitude of different looks she had as well. And I think probably the hoodie would probably be the way from like the second half of Season 3. And I think this is what we're looking at, realistically speaking, is a huge, huge update with a couple of free items for those who aren't going to buy the Season Pass, but a megaton for those who are, because they want to kick this thing off right. And I feel like Saber knows they missed the mark a little bit on Season 1's Battle Pass, even though I'm not, like I said, mad about what we received. But I know a lot of people who have posted comments below have said they did not like what we got in Season 1. The quantity may not have been terrible for them, but the quality just didn't hit. And there was others who just felt like we should have got a lot more characters and, don't care about the skins at all. And there's people who think that we shouldn't get skins at all and they should be in a freaking market that should have been open a long time ago. And since that doesn't seem to be the way they're going, we gotta hope that they kind of amp up Season 2 a little bit, even if it does cost more than the projected $30 like Season Pass 1 was. But I want to hear all your thoughts below. Do you think we're getting this mega update? I sure do. What do you think we can expect from Season Pass 2 kicking off with Ash versus the Evil Dead? Who do you want to see character-wise? What skins would you like to see? I want to hear it all. Let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.